And he owes it to LeBron. We're going to get to this.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So, I ended up having a couple of requests to react to this video here, and yeah, it's interesting timing here by Angry Old Hoops. The title of this video is "Old Karl Malone Achieved More Than Old LeBron James," and it's interesting because just a couple of days ago, I asked you guys like who is. Because we can all agree that comparing LeBron to Michael Jordan is just like nonsensical. So I posed a question like who would be the appropriate player, and some said Magic Johnson, but then some are kind of like me where it's like that's an insult to Magic. You know, look at them on offense, and then just it's not the same thing, not even close. And then Karl Malone was the other guy. Actually, probably the most popular pick is Karl Malone and Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen because he needs a closer. You know what I mean? He's not that clutch guy. But I still got Pippen, you know, like I would rather have Pippen any day of the week because of the defense he brings. Then we go to Karl Malone. Karl Malone also had trouble sealing the deal, if you know what I mean. Like clutch time, that is one knock on Karl Malone. He you know, we all remember him missing two free throws in the finals, you know, and Scottie, ironically, Scottie Pippen, the one talking trash to him at the time. But Karl Malone was like the closest one, I think, that like most people can somewhat agree that like there's at least body build wise, you know, and like, you know, a good chunk of their points were just going down the middle and, you know, slam whamma jamma. But then it also separates with me too, because Karl Malone, what he brings defensively, what he brought rebound wise, and I don't want to see the stats. I mean, like he was boxing out and getting real rebounds, not just like telling his team to clear out so the ball lands in his hands like LeBron. But he had those post moves too, man. I got Karl Malone, like he doesn't have the accolades to be better, you know, higher on the list than LeBron. But man, skill wise, dude, it's him all day. So it's just ironic that now we've got AOH making this video because it seems to be on all of our minds. So let's see. Let's compare an old Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, I'm so used to Jordan. No Wizard Jordan here. Let's compare an old Karl Malone to an old LeBron James. Guys, as I always do, I'm linking the original video down below in the description of this video. Seems like that's going over some of your heads. Some of you guys are calling me out and saying, hey, you're not linking the original video. Dude, I've done over 1,000 reaction videos. Every single time, look in the description. The link to the OG video is down there. I promise you. Worst case scenario, call me out if the link is wrong. That happened twice so far. But I'd say I got pretty good numbers because it's like 2 out of 1,000. I got the wrong link. But you guys are always on top of it. So anyways, I thought it was funny when I had a comment that said like, hey man, you can at least like link the video. And I'm like, dude, like I say it in the intro every time. Anyways, guys, go check out AOH's channel. This is going to be a long video. It's 33 minutes. So grab a drink, grab your coffee, whatever you got to do. Grab some donuts. You know, see some donuts on my screen right now. Let's get to this, guys. Like the video, hype the video, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it, and let's rock.
When the LeBron James glazing machine accidentally exposes the donut.
You've been living in a dream world, Neo.
On a recent live show with Sports and Fitness Rants, we were talking about, yet again, the overglazing of a historic event that most of us wouldn't have even thought about.
Bro, you're making me hungry, man.
Until the media told us we should think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I see how good you are at following orders. I will tell you what to do next.
Can I tell you something ironic? I had no idea Karl Malone got that triple-double. When it was 40 years old or whatever, when he was playing with the Lakers. I had no idea. You want to know why? Nobody cared. Nobody cared that an old guy got a triple-double. The irony is back then it was so much harder to get a triple-double, so if it should have been news, that's when it should have been news. But now just because it's LeBron, it's like, oh, he got a triple-double. And the way he did it was embarrassing.
And Sports and Fitness Rants expressed that he didn't know that Karl Malone held that record.
Yeah, me too.
Because no one told us to. And I said, you know what? I don't know who held it before, Karl Malone either, because we just weren't brainwashed into thinking about these things.
Yeah. It's not like when Karl Malone retired or whatever, we were like, oh yeah, Karl Malone, oldest guy in the league to get a triple-double. Like, we don't care about this shit. We're talking about championships and MVPs and, all this important stuff. And this guy wants to talk about triple-doubles.
This led me to want to go and look at the game in which Karl Malone got his triple-double at the age of 40.
Oh, sick.
And it led to me thinking about a wide number of other things, all revolving around the fact that this over-glazing being done for the sake of LeBron James by the LeBron James media machine has actually exposed LeBron James again. I'm realizing...
Wait, is Steve Nash calling games now? Did he actually... Did he end up doing it? Is minding... So, I mean, it's not like is mind a game, just like an interview process, but did he get the job? Freaking Nash.
Karl Malone.
Ooh, that's a brick house.
LeBron James.
Hey, also though, if you're on LeBron James's team,
LeBron James
and he's gearing up right here, man, don't you start boxing out? Look at this. This is terrible. Where is everybody? You got to start boxing out somewhere, man. Like, LeBron's about to throw up a clanker.
I'm realizing Karl Malone.
Box out, bro. Rebounds. Why are you going down to court? It's not going in.
Was better than LeBron James.
Soft. That's soft.
No, we don't have time for intro music. This is going to be a very long video. We have to back up to the fact that you probably don't even know that Karl Malone existed. I mean, the way that they've been talking about LeBron James in his later years, you'd think that no 40-year-old has ever played in the NBA before.
Right.
Much less performed better than LeBron James as 40-year-olds.
Okay, can we get something clear? Do y'all think he was on some kind of PED, some performance enhancers, some kind of steroids? I always have. I always thought so, even in the late 90s, and I still do to this day. What do you guys think, Karl Malone? Because that could be another similarity. Also, other things, because we know his taste in people of certain ages, and I know a certain somebody else was at somebody else's parties where a lot of that stuff was taking place, and I said nothing, but you all know what I mean anyways, right?
I'm not here to advocate for Karl Malone as a player or a person.
Me either, ever.
But when the LeBron James media machine tries to convince the world that we've never seen anything like this before, then I think, well, wait a minute. You actually just reminded me that we have, only more impressively. What do I mean by more impressively? This is Malone at age 40. Malone had tougher defensive assignments. Malone was still running up and down the court. Malone is clearly bigger and stronger than LeBron James, even with LeBron James on steroids.
And if I'm not mistaken, Karl Malone this year, as it was his final year, he was struggling through more injuries than he ever did in his entire career, right?
Maybe Karl was on roids too. I don't know, but it's neither here nor there because Karl wasn't being given ad campaigns about defeating Father Time, about being an Iron Man, when the reality is that LeBron James has been missing massive portions of the season while being celebrated for being an Iron Man.
It'll be a fun game to see, since Karl Malone had real injuries that year, who missed more games. This year, LeBron versus that year, Karl Malone. I bet it's still somehow LeBron.
While Karl Malone, in the late stages of his
42 games. Okay, 42. LeBron's at 36. Man, LeBron's going to beat him. He's going to beat him barely. But, dude, I know. Before the major injuries, that was Karl Malone. That was Karl Malone.
Indeed, the same ages as LeBron James in his later years with the Lakers, was playing entire seasons or nearly entire seasons. This final season, the one with fewer games, was due to a legitimate knee injury. Not sitting out here, not sitting out there, sitting out through the injury, but coming back in time for the playoffs, indeed helping spark.
That's interesting. If we add those playoff games, I wonder who's going to play more games this year still by the end of it. I don't think the Lakers are getting past the first round, honestly.
Helping spark the Lakers into the playoffs, even being a leader for the Lakers, getting them past some of their tough opponents in the early rounds of the playoffs. While 40-year-old Karl Malone played an integral role for the Lakers through the playoffs, both offensively and defensively, where was 40-year-old LeBron James? Oh, right, an early exit of his own doing. I have a 7, 8, 9, 10-part series about how bad LeBron James was against the Timberwolves. But hey, Rudy Gobert will always thank you for giving him the best game of his career.
I call that one out too, AOH, all the time. If he can play all 5, then why did Rudy Gobert have a career series against them? Oh, man. And the Lakers were favored to win. Y'all LeBron fans hate it when I bring up the fact that the Lakers were favored. They were the 3 seed. They lost to the 6 seed. I'll never let y'all live that down. I don't know why you can't just admit it. That's called an upset. Whenever the favored team gets their asses spanked by the underdog, that's called an upset. Just accept it, man.
And he owes it to LeBron. We're going to get to this later, but...
Like, have a little grace with it, man. Like, look at me. I joke around about the 93 finals. It hurts. It hurts when I talk about the 93 finals. But you know what? We were favored to win. Jordan bested us. It is what it is. You got to just, like, give flowers to the victor and move on with your life, man. Denying it, excusing it away, trying to gaslight the situation, that's weak, man. Accept the loss the same way you'd accept the victory. Gracefully.
I can't resist a teaser that this guy actually had the nerve to say he didn't care about stats after throwing a fit about a teammate interfering with his stats.
Yep. Cause fucking AR, man.
Okay, this is the part of the video where we are going to go play by play comparing Malone to LeBron and starting with rebounds.
He's doing this against the Spurs? I'm glad you went back and watched this, man. I had no idea this ever happened.
Duncan, you can tell from
against Duncan. So he's going to put up a triple-double at that age, going head-to-head with Duncan. That's awesome.
Look, at the beginning of the game, Duncan's trying to post up Malone. Malone is going to defend Duncan before pulling in the rebound. LeBron James, rebound number 1. I think there's a series of lower body fouls going on there. Let's take another look. So LeBron James is getting beaten. His legs are crossed up, and there's...
Oh, he's going to shove him. Yeah, he always does the lower, like, shove to the rib.
60-pound advantage on the other player. Jackson Hayes also fouls, and then LeBron does that offhand shove in the air that he's so well known for doing.
I know, it's funny. Nobody else can get away with hand checking when the ball's on the ground or like the feet are on the ground, but somehow LeBron gets away with hand checking with a shove while people are going for their shot. Real fair.
And the offensive player hits the ground. LeBron James is freed up to grab that rebound. Now, fanboys, I hope you enjoyed watching that because that's the best rebound of the game for LeBron James.
No way.
In fact, that's the only one in which you can see him doing anything that resembles defense.
You're telling me the other 9 are going to fall right into his hands? If it was anybody else, I wouldn't believe you. But I believe you, sir.
Most of the time, he's guarding Casper. The rest of the time, LeBron James is guarding nobody while getting ready to grab an uncontested defensive rebound. But before LeBron moves on to guarding Casper, he's guarding Brandon Williams. Who? Yeah, I know what you mean. But the important takeaway is Brandon Williams is 6'1", 190, 8 inches, and 60 pounds smaller than LeBron James.
Yeah,
but
13 points a game. He's a role player.
That's the way LeBron James always likes it. Malone, by contrast, is guarding a future Hall of Famer who is 2 inches taller than himself.
Yes, sir.
But
in his prime, too.
Even at only 6'1", at least we could see Brandon Williams. I can't even see who LeBron James is supposed to be guarding from here on out. My apologies to Casper, no disrespect intended. Charity Case James is allowed to meander over to get into rebounding position with absolutely no defensive responsibilities, while poor Marcus Smart...
I know, I was going to say, Marcus Smart did all the heavy lifting here.
...is left to box out the 6'10 Marvin Bagley. However, are you doing it at this age, LeBron? All right, switching back over to Karl Malone. Dude, that is a big man.
Yeah, that's a freaking
I
beast.
admit I would have preferred something more impressive than a free throw rebound, but you know where LeBron is on these? Mid-court, resting. Anyway, it might not be the most amazing rebound, but it's certainly better than LeBron's second rebound.
Oh, jeez.
Did you see what I saw?
Oh man, everybody else is working for the rebound.
Observation James.
Yeah, he's watching
the play go by and waiting for the rebound.
Ooh, ball.
His team not only has to
ball.
accept that they're going to give him the rebound, they also have to accept that they are going to be short one defensive player in the process of making sure LeBron James gets these rebounds.
It's weird too. In real life, I've argued with people about how he hurts the team. And I mentioned that like half of the plays, his team is stuck playing 4-on-5 on defense. Like, don't you understand how substantial this is? You're like, yeah, but he's still getting 25 points. Like, I don't care how many points he's giving you. How much is he costing you by not playing any defense, not even getting back, not even trying to get back on defense? But no, they just want to look at the damn stats. It blows my mind. It's one of the most frustrating things to do and like person to person, face to face, to have these conversations. And it's like, I thought you cared about basketball, you know?
And don't try to tell me that he is guarding the corner, and don't try and tell me that he's playing help defense. He neither guards the corner nor helps. Now, Malone doesn't end up with the rebound on this play, but I'm showing you.
He's like a basketball. Sorry, water. He's like a basketball cuck.
Anyway, because you can see that he is guarding Duncan the entire play. And, you know, I thought we were supposed to be impressed that 40-year-olds could do anything at this point. This is a 40-year-old chasing Duncan around on the floor, and he's helping. And he helped. Do you understand? Yep. He helped. Here is LeBron's third rebound against Casper the Ghost yet again. Does anybody have a problem with Jake LaRavia having to be down there fighting off Daniel Gafford while LeBron is just like, okay, I'm ready to pick up my next free rebound?
Yeah, but he's just staring, man. LeBron does his little crab dance thing that cracks me up. It's almost like he's trying to get bonus steps on his like Fitbit or something. So he's just like taking a step to the left, a step to the right, step forward, a step back. Like, he's not doing anything. He's like playing Dance Dance Revolution out there.
Those of you who keep saying what he's doing at this age, have you looked at what he's doing at this age?
Yeah.
He's manipulating the game. It's an illusion. Oops, I was so caught up talking about Malone helping at his age that I forgot to show his actual rebound. That was his third rebound.
Yep, good
And then
pull
he hustles down, actually beats some of the other guys across half court.
Yep, already in position.
All right, so let's get back in order. I showed Malone first, so I got to show Malone.
That's the irony, too. LeBron just has to get to the three-point line. He's got to get somewhere over here on the other side. Karl Malone's got to get in. You know, he's got to get in somewhere around here. He's got a lot more travel.
To get us to number 4. That's number 4 for Malone, and watch him pop out the help. And then this is about as close to a 2026 rebound as we're going to get. But prior to that relatively easy rebound, he was jumping around and helping on defense. How does LeBron's fourth rebound compare? He catches it with bent arms at shoulder height because apparently Daniel Gafford doesn't care. But I like to talk about effort. I like to talk about the energy a player is expending, how hard they are trying, and ironically, LeBron fans want to talk about what he's doing at this age. And
I'll tell you what he's doing. I mean, it's clear as day. Just we're barely into this video. You see Karl Malone out there. Stats are happening because he's trying to win, but they're just coming to him, you know, because he's actually out there trying to win. LeBron isn't even trying to win. He's out there intentionally seeking the stats. It's a whole different game within the game that's happening here. And once again, I don't like Karl Malone. I'm not complimenting Karl Malone. I'm just saying I like him better than LeBron as a basketball player by far. He actually wanted to win.
To get to stand and wait for the rebound. I don't know why you're proud of that. Like, there's no question in my mind who Malone is guarding. It's obviously Malone on Duncan. Duncan misses. Malone doesn't get the rebound, but he runs down to the other end to help his team in another way.
There you go.
He is disrupting the defender, creating an opportunity for Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
But in order to do this, he had to run to the other end. My point is, LeBron only runs when he sees a self-glorification moment coming. Here comes LeBron's next rebound. And just like the point I was making,
he made one step.
Who was he guarding? Who was he fighting against before he grabbed that? Continuing with the effort theme.
Hashtag spacing.
There's Malone on Duncan, 40-year-old Malone on Duncan. He's whistled for a foul here, but when you look at it from this angle, after he absorbs the contact, it looks like his left arm is actually stripping that ball out of there. And he doesn't carry on or jump up and down in a tantrum the way that LeBron would.
Oh, why not? I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Point is, I can clearly see who.
Guys, I can't get the image of JJ Redick jumping up and down in his chair during the game out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. It was the funniest thing in the world. Like Donald Duck in real life coaching the Lakers. It was brilliant. Him and LeBron, two peas in a pod, man.
40-year-old Karl Malone is guarding. I don't know who LeBron James is guarding. And furthermore, I don't hear the announcers announcing that Karl Malone is 40 as he's guarding Hall of Famer Tim Duncan. Mm-hmm. Wow, are we already at this one with LeBron? I didn't remember counting that many. So again, it's LeBron versus his teammates.
Is he shoving his teammate? Hold up. Damn, man.
With LeBron?
Hold up.
I didn't remember counting that many. So again,
look, he's shoving. There it is. There it is. There it is. He doesn't box out his opponents. Look what he's doing, though. He's shoving them out of the way. Like, get the hell out the way.
LeBron versus his
I'm trying to get this.
Versus the other team. He's pissed at Reeves. Give me my stats.
Give me my goddamn
and the same
stat.
thing with this last one. Again, there's no danger whatsoever of the other team getting the rebound, only of Jackson Hayes maybe accidentally doing it.
It's so sad. All these young players, they're fighting for their basketball lives out there, and they need some stats in order to survive. And this old man just taking all the food, man. Man, let the kids eat.
But no, Jackson Hayes knows the drill. He pulls his hands back.
Yep.
Man, at least Karl Malone was getting rebounds against the other team. Mm-hmm. It's been so entertaining seeing Malone give effort even when he isn't getting a rebound that I forgot to show his actual rebounds. Watch the footwork here. Duncan really wants to score on him, and Malone isn't having it. I haven't seen LeBron James play defense like that in the last 5 years.
Yeah, nowhere to go.
And then watch Malone sprint. It's not just
Lakers
defense.
are killing him, too.
That he's putting in the work. Watch what he goes through on this possession to get this shot. And I wouldn't call this a foul, but in 2026, when I see this, I'm thinking, okay, that would have been called a foul. And if not, LeBron James would have been having a fit.
Agreed.
Take Duncan inside, pop back out, pump fake, and then drain it in his face.
Oh, nice shot.
This play, Malone's defensive assignment, Tim Duncan. Then Malone chases after.
That's one thing that Karl Malone definitely has over LeBron, that mid-range jump shot. Also, the post-up turnaround jump shot, too.
Loose ball, teammate gets it.
If you find Karl Malone, like, right around here, he's deadly. He's deadly if he's posting up.
Well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with hustling, even if you don't come up with the ball, unless you're LeBron James, and then you're upset that your teammate got it. Did you guys time that cross-court transition? We have 6 players fighting for the rebound. And after that, they all sprint to get across.
Yeah, what is this, like 22 years ago at this point, as crazy as that sounds? Shoot. This was it. Like, this, and then just a couple years later was like the last bit of the golden era.
The Giants. Even Shaq and Karl. Oh, and the pull-up 3
Bang.
Is good. What you've been watching is a regular season game, an early season game even. That was in November. I only say that because the excuse-making crowd would be like, oh, it's a playoff game. That's not fair.
I'm going to say something you LeBron fans don't want to hear, but it's the facts. What would LeBron James do? He would have missed the game. Want my proof? Well, remember the game before his triple-double? What did he do? And who were they playing? Lakers were playing the Spurs. Wemby. I wonder why he ditched out on that matchup. But then he stays in during garbage time of a blowout game the following day to get his triple-double. Doesn't all add up, does it? I don't think he was tired. I think he's scared of Wemby, just like he's scared of Giannis. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, trolls.
It is fair, because LeBron doesn't play defense in the playoffs either. His team has to play 4-on-5 even in the playoffs. But guess what? Karl Malone and Tim Duncan would meet again in the playoffs this year, and Karl Malone would help the Lakers past the Spurs.
Dude, has LeBron James played defense in the last 10 years? It's 2026 now. Like, by 2016, was he playing defense? I don't think so. I think he stopped in 2014. Like, that was the last time I can say he's actually, like, giving some effort on defense. So it's been over 10 years. The guy's, he's basically gone through a whole, like, a second career in the NBA without having to put any effort in defensively. Crazy.
On to the next excuse. Which version of Duncan and the Spurs was this? Since LeBron James has played little to no defense since I can remember, it seems particularly pertinent to point out who Karl Malone was dealing with.
Yeah, he's dealing with a prime Tim Duncan. And if I'm not mistaken, this year they went to the conference finals against the Lakers in a showdown. And then the next year they won a championship against Detroit, who were the defending champions at that time, Detroit.
Season before, the Spurs won the championship and Tim Duncan was finals MVP. The season that Karl Malone came to the Lakers, they stopped the Spurs on their way to the finals, with Karl Malone guarding Tim Duncan.
Yep.
The very next year, the Spurs were back to the finals and won, and Tim Duncan was finals MVP.
Hold on,
again.
I'm sorry. I wanted to see something real quick. 4-2. Is that it? One first round. Grizzlies, conference semis, Lakers 4-2. Okay.
With Karl Malone guarding Tim Duncan. The very next year, the Spurs were back to the finals and won, and Tim Duncan was finals MVP again. Karl Malone was retired by then, but we can look at the season that Karl Malone came to the Lakers and see a measurable impact that he had based on who his defensive assignment was.
I'm pretty sure that's why Jerry West wanted him, because they knew, like, they've got the center position, they got the shooting guard position. They need to find a way to stop Tim Duncan. So they needed a guy like Karl Malone. And I can't think of many other people who could have stopped Tim Duncan at this point, or at least slowed him down like he did.
In LeBron's case, you're only going to be able to say glittering generalities about playing at a high level for a long time and his basketball IQ, while not being able to show me any tangible evidence of playing at a high level or having a high basketball IQ. He can't make shots when they matter. He turns the ball over in crucial moments. And you certainly can't tell me about his important defensive impact, at least not while showing any evidence as far as his stats, because fanboys like to quote stats. Oh, look at the numbers he's putting up. Well, those numbers, as this video is pointing out, revolve around bullshit situations, not real game-changing situations. LeBron James staying in the game in blowouts. LeBron James stat padding. LeBron James scoring in garbage time. LeBron James cherry picking.
Yes, sir. LeBron James blowing on his hands.
Digging through history might not be the most entertaining part of a basketball breakdown video, but it's exceptionally important when one considers the overhyping of an quote-unquote achievement that is no longer rare, special, or hard to come by.
Yep.
Indeed, this one seemed like it was a charity.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up on the intro too, because it's ironic that we didn't make a big fuss out of Karl Malone doing this back then, but it was kind of a big deal. You know, you're getting less than 15. You know, I'm just throwing a shot at the dark, but I think about less than 15 triple doubles a year back then. Now, like 80, 90, like
in that 2003-2004 season that Malone got the one triple-double, they didn't talk about his age, how old he was when he got that triple-double, and why. Well, because getting a triple-double at that time was, in itself, a story.
Yeah.
Look at the other people who got one triple-double in that season.
All right, I'm curious.
Quite the company.
I'm curious if it's going to be above or less than 15.
That he's keeping. Not exactly a shabby group of people to be included with. The grand total
Vladi
of triple doubles for the season for all players was
14.
32.
Not even close.
There have already been 87 triple doubles this season, and we are only at the All-Star break.
Okay. I definitely lowballed both sides of this then. So yeah, there was quite a bit more than I thought back then. And yeah, we're already at 87 this year, so way more than I thought this year as well.
Break. Now, is this because the players in the NBA today are so much better than the past players? Well, I just watched a few seconds of the All-Star game, and it seems like nobody can hit a single shot. So maybe it's just because you actually had to earn your statistics back in the day. Look at this assist. A lot happens between the time that Marcus Smart receives the pass and Marcus Smart ends up scoring. That's not an assist.
No, it's not. It's not at all. This is called an ISO.
It's not. It's not directly leading to the player scoring.
Okay, I've got a new theory. And this has been brewing for this entire season. I'm starting to think that the people who are keeping the stat keepers are giving an assist to whoever passed the ball to the player last. In other words, I'm starting to think that every single score has an assist accompanied to it. And that's not how it used to be. You used to have to assist in the bucket. But now if, say, let's say I mean this play right here. LeBron was the last person to pass Marcus Smart the ball. Even though he caught it here, pump faked, penetrated, and now is eventually going to score the ball. Seconds later, dribbles later, the pass no longer has anything to do with the score. LeBron did not assist in this score. And this is more than a LeBron thing. I think it's like whoever passed the damn ball last gets the stat. At least when it's LeBron it is. But I'm curious if this is widespread now. Because that's lame, dude. You can't just give an assist away like that. Like that, it takes away the importance of playmaking.
Threw the ball to another person who is out on the wing, and that person then created their own shot.
Yeah, there's no assist there.
I mean, that list I put on the screen isn't fake. First he pump faked at the perimeter, then he dribbled around the defender, got down low, then had to pump fake because he was met by a center, and then shot over the center. Very difficult play.
Yeah. Now, if Marcus Smart was here and he starts to drive without the ball, LeBron hits him while he's driving, 2 steps, layup, that's an assist. This is not even close to an assist.
See how LeBron James gets any credit because he did not set his teammate up for a good scoring situation. His teammate just scored anyway, while LeBron James sat at the perimeter and watched. Now, just using Karl Malone's assists from his triple-double game in comparison to LeBron's assist in his historic triple-double game, we can see the stark contrast.
O'Neal, eyes wide open, smiling.
Oh, that's an assist.
Gosh, are they having fun?
Good ball movement.
Every bucket scored via the assists from Karl Malone were within a second of the pass being made.
Yeah, that's how it was.
That's pretty direct. The NBA is so lenient with what they consider an assist.
Okay. Credited to the last player tossing the last pass leading directly to a made field goal. What do you mean directly? Okay. But only if the player scoring the goal demonstrates an immediate reaction towards the basket after receiving the pass. An immediate reaction towards the basket. Note also that an inbound pass cannot be credited. Yeah, we know that. So it sounds like what they're saying here is exactly what we're saying here. He like if he was driving to the basket, caught the ball on his way to the basket, and then scored, that's an assist. But that's not what we're looking at here. So I think, yeah, we need new refs. We need new refs, and we need like new training for the refs. We need total referee reform is what we need, because whatever's going on, like, it's coming from the top. Like, someone is not fixing this problem.
That I thought they officially changed the rules, but last year I made a video and went and realized, oh, no, they didn't. It is supposed to lead directly to a score. The NBA is defying their own rule book. in handing out these statistics. It's bad enough that LeBron stayed in until the end of a blowout against a crap team to get exactly 10 rebounds, all defensive, of course. But even by today's rulebook definition, I can erase 3 of those. Boy, Marcus Smart is really making LeBron look good, creating his own shots out of nothing.
Once again, this is called ISO. This is ISO basketball. It's one-on-one.
Let's look at another
There's not
one.
an assist.
And
I'm sorry, you guys. I'd be calling this out if this wasn't about LeBron. I'd be calling this out if it's about anybody. This is not an assist in basketball.
The reason than to examine LeBron's inability to legally dribble, but that's the same as talking about him breathing at this point. Once again, it's just a pass to Marcus Smart on the perimeter. He's not cutting to the basket. He's not already en route to scoring and receiving a great dish.
Yeah. If Marcus Smart takes that shot right there and drills it, that's an assist. Everything he's about to do, I'm assuming, because that's the gap right here. He's about to go in through here, maybe make a left-handed layup. That's not an assist, dude. It's an ISO play now. I mean, shout out to Marcus Smart. He doesn't get enough credit, by the way, but different conversation.
He catches, fakes left.
Oh, look,
then
left. Yeah, there he goes.
drives. He defeats the
Attaboy.
primary defender,
It's
then
perfect.
shoots over the center. Man, Marcus Smart is balling,
He is.
and no one will talk about
It's good
it.
basketball.
Why? Because he's on LeBron's
And
team.
he's playing hard on both ends. Unsung hero of that team right now, keeping them alive. And he gets 0 credit for it.
I've made an argument to remove a 4th assist from his 10 based on the definition of what an assist is. 3 out of 4 of those, you can't beat me in that argument. It's not even close. Let's recap.
Yep, not an
9
assist.
out of 10 of his rebounds came with no defensive effort whatsoever. 8 out of 10 came without a defender being near him. 2 out of 10 were blatant gifts from his teammates. Now you need to remove at least 3 of his assists.
No, and I'm with you on how lame it is at the way he got his rebounds. But statistic-wise, he still got those stupid rebounds, so we got to give him those 10 rebounds. Assists, though, this is a whole nother thing. These are faulty stats.
Which knocks him out of double digits in that category too. Some of you are going to insist that these all count as legitimate stats, and where you will have to spend time arguing against what the rulebook says and against what your eyes are showing you, there's no argument to be made against any of Malone's assists or rebounds. And you're not going to see Malone doing this either at any
Yeah, no
point in the
kidding.
game.
I mean, LeBron's getting paid $52 million to have the best seat in the house.
This next section is not an attack on specific players, but it's meant to show just how much things have changed when it comes to accumulating triple doubles. Nikola Jokic, as an individual, is about to surpass 2003-2004's total triple doubles by himself this season. And we are at All-Star break.
Stupid.
Making it even crazier, he's only played in 39 games.
I know.
Jokic is a great passer. This is nothing against him.
And this is the first time he ever had a major injury, too. I liked hearing him talk about it just a couple days ago, in fact. And he was like, I don't know, I never miss games. You know, I've never been injured like this. I didn't know what it's like to have to miss games. I'm always there playing, you know. And that's an interesting thing, you know. He's that accountable guy who just shows up to work every day. Gotta love it. Not only he shows up to work, he's producing like a madman.
51% of your games are ending in triple
That's
doubles.
stupid.
There's so much anti-Jokic hate going on right now that I'm just going to jump past him and go to number 2 on the list. And I got to confess,
Jalen.
I don't know who Jalen Johnson is,
Yeah, me either, bro. I don't.
but he's number 2 on the list for triple doubles this season.
I haven't watched a single Atlanta game in the last like 2 years. I'm gonna be real.
Do know who Jason Kidd is.
Yep.
Prior to defeating LeBron's super team in 2011 as a 38-year-old, Jason Kidd was primarily known for his
Yes,
passing.
sir.
And Jason Kidd led the league with triple doubles in 2003-2004. Jalen Johnson, at the All-Star break, has already surpassed the 2003-2004 regular season assist leader, Jason Kidd. For context, Jason Kidd sits 3rd all-time in career assists. What's more likely, that we were all fooled into believing Jason Kidd was a better passer than he actually
Not
was?
even close.
Or that today's game has changed so much that almost anyone can rack up stats. Okay, recap. What do we know so far? Triple doubles are no longer special. They're not rare. There were 149 last season compared to 32 in 2003-2004. The
Real
criteria.
Quick, shout out to J Kid, man. The guy doesn't get enough credit because he only won the one championship, and when he was kind of a shooter in that series. Dude is one of the greatest passers of all time, hands down. You know, closest thing we had to Magic Johnson in that era. Loved it.
It has changed. What is accepted as an assist now has changed drastically. The absence of defense makes it easier to accumulate assists, and when the other team doesn't show any interest in rebounding, well, that certainly affects whether or not you can rack up rebounds. Seriously, look at these clips. The other team is either already completely gone or almost gone or not in the frame
he didn't even
at
have
all.
to jump for half of these, man.
You also see
There it
that
is.
when there are teammates of LeBron's around, they kind of just stand there and wait for him to get the rebound, which brings us to the next point. No, hold on. Before we get to that point, just take a minute to digest what you're seeing. The other team is nowhere near getting the rebound. It's already guaranteed.
Why? I know. If old man LeBron is so tired, why don't he just get down to court right now? Why not just get down there? That's the worst arrow ever. Why not go down to court? Your team obviously is going to secure the rebound. Why do you need the stats so bad, man? What's wrong with you?
The Lakers are going to get the rebound. Any of the 5 Lakers there could get it. But you already know who's going to get it, don't you? Because it's predetermined.
Nothing to look at. Don't act like you're not impressed.
Actually, we're not impressed. Well, maybe fanboys are impressed, but fanboys are only impressed because they're told to be
They're
impressed.
paid to. You know? They say nice things because they're paid to say nice things. And that's what makes the whole thing so embarrassing. You got to pay people to say nice things about you. Something wrong with you, man. So it's time to do some self-work.
Shot clock down to 2, down to 1. Duncan had to force it. Rebounded.
Not only is it easier to get rebounds in today's NBA,
It's just so embarrassing.
in addition to that, they're catering to him. They're intentionally trying to help him get them in what is already an easy situation. Considering all of that, I'm actually a little bit surprised.
Man, he should have just grabbed it. Screw this crap.
That it's taken this long for LeBron James to get this historic triple-double. The league caters to him. JJ Redick caters to him. And via JJ Redick, the rest of the Lakers have to cater to him. How did it take you this long, LeBron? They're trying to give it to you. All right, yeah, you're not playing, are you? You're not playing. Mr. Iron Man keeps sitting out. Consider what's written on this
And we all
screen.
know why he's doing it, too. He's doing that so his averages look good. But if he were to Iron Man this crap and play all 82 games or 80 games or 78 for that matter, his averages would just tank.
LeBron James.
He would never do like what Jordan did his final year and start the season off by coming off the bench. He could have done that this year, but he didn't do it because he didn't care about helping his team win. He just wants max stats. So he's only going to play when he's 100% ready to go. And, and then he's going to rack up his triple-double and then miss the next game.
Referred to as something that he isn't and hasn't earned the title of being, while being celebrated for accumulating statistics that are literally being given.
Yeah, no, Iron Man is reserved for guys like AC Green, who never misses a game, no matter how injured he is, or like an Eli Manning, who never missed a start in his entire career. Those are Iron Men.
To him. Here you go. Just playing enough games, and you'll eventually get him, which doesn't make him much different than anyone you pull off the street, as long as they can stay on the court and be given free rebounds, or throw the ball to a person standing next to him who is then physically capable of going and creating their own shot. I'm asking you serious questions because the odds are you can make that pass to Anthony Davis. Odds are you can stand next to 4 other guys who make sure that the ball lands in your hands. This is why we can't celebrate this crap. If you can do it, why would you be excited about him doing
Now,
it?
that is the greatest line of the video right there. That goes, because why were we impressed by Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, all these guys, Vince Carter? You know, these guys are doing things we couldn't dream of doing, and we dreamed of doing them. What LeBron is doing right now? Nah, man. What LeBron was doing when he was young, you know, his first couple of seasons in Cleveland, jumping out of the rafters with all that athleticism. Yeah, I looked at that LeBron and I'm like, shit, I wish I could jump like that. But it's been a long time since I watched LeBron and I got inspired to play basketball. He makes me not want to play basketball, which is interesting. There's a lot of players right now that make me want to play hoops. I watch Jokic, I watch Wemby, I watch Ant-Man. You know, like these guys, Steph. You know, they make me want to go out there and shoot and play and just, you know, play some hoops. They inspire you. Kyrie inspires me.
And is that not offensive to the guys who had to battle for their statistics?
There you go. There you go. Pull his arm off.
Malone tries to answer and can, and he has.
Yep, that's his spot. That's his post.
You know how the announcers these days will tell you 17 times a game that it's year 23 and that LeBron James is age 41, what he's doing at this age, blah, blah, blah,
Hey,
blah,
did you guys
blah.
hear LeBron got a triple-double at age 41?
I listened to the entire game of the Karl Malone triple-double. They didn't say his age once. They did not say his age once. You know what they did say? They said that it was his 4th career triple-double.
It's a 13 and 3. Here's Malone. That's a triple-double.
Yeah, man, he locked it down in 3 quarters, too.
4th time in Karl Malone's career, a triple-double. And
I bet you he's not going to stay out there in stat pad once the starters come out.
I was like, what? That's only his 4th career triple-double, which led me to look into how many triple-doubles people used to
I mean,
have.
it does make sense, too, because he spent almost his entire career with John Stockton. So most of the time, he was finishing. You know, Stockton was doing the playmaking. Different scenario here in L.A.
You know what? They were hard to come by once upon a time. This was worth making a big deal about once upon a time. Not anymore. You know what else? They didn't spend the whole game talking about, is he going to get it tonight? Oh, he's approaching it. He might get it. No. They mentioned once when he was about to get it that he might get it. Then they announced when he did get it. And then as he was walking off the court at the end of the game.
Karl Malone, a triple-double as the Lakers have won 24 consecutive regular season home games. All 9 here in the 2003-2004.
Again, no mention of his age and no mention of it ever
Yeah.
again.
I still never knew about it up until now. Like, this is... And why would I? That's the thing. Why would this be a topic of discussion? Unless it's just some random thing when you're talking to a Karl Malone fan. He's like, yeah, did you know that he did that? Be like, oh, that's cool. And then we move on with the conversation. Even though it was kind of a big deal back then, what's a bigger deal is that they won the game. You know, and I'm pretty sure Karl Malone would agree with that.
Well, back then, you went out and you did your job, and if you happen to rack up some stats along the way, then
Yeah,
good
cool.
for you. But you were there primarily to do your
win.
job. Look at the lead-in to LeBron James's triple-double night with all the pregame hoopla going on. It's like it was planned. And then if you look at the other team, just letting him have shots. If you look at his own team, helping him get rebounds. If you look at him staying in the 4th period with 2 minutes left until he finally gets that triple-double in a blowout, in a game he shouldn't have even been playing in, then you realize, oh, the game is now about getting your stats, and the team and competition comes
But don't
second.
forget, he missed the previous game because he's too old and tired to play that much basketball, but then he stayed in with 2 minutes left the very next day, up by 20 to get that last rebound. He stayed in, and they made the starters stay in for him too, so it's not so embarrassing. He did all that. Does that sound like a guy who's thinking about the NBA Finals? Nope, because he's not going to get there, and he knows it.
Really? You get to promote your personal podcast during an NBA game?
Crazy.
YouTube keeps feeding me pro-LeBron YouTube channels, even though it knows I don't want to see them, which tells you a lot about the ability to buy an algorithm.
Oh, man.
But it does provide a peek into just how bad things are out there, such as this title, Numbers Don't Lie. Well, the reality is that numbers do lie. I mean, the exact opposite of what you're excited about is reality. LeBron James's numbers are the definition of numbers that lie. But as long as Google/YouTube suppresses people like me telling the truth and promotes anyone and any AI channel that is paid to promote the lie of LeBron James, you'll never learn the truth. It's both strange and disturbing that we have reached this point in the effort to promote an athlete that can't earn respect via his actual basketball play.
It's a good point too. We are at. I never thought we'd be at this point. We are at the point where AI is spreading propaganda. Like, and it's not like it's doing it on its own. We're telling it to do. People are telling it to do it, and they're making the queries. But yeah, we're getting propaganda in sports and everything across the board in the world from a robot. We're fucked. Like, we're screwed, dude. I've been complaining over the last year that people don't have critical thought. They're not capable of any kind of critical thinking and like to assess a situation and to just like to freely think, to think on your own. Nobody's doing it. No one's coming up with their own opinions on things. And now that we got the robots telling everybody what to think, man, it's over. It's over for everybody.
When I talk about the
only thing I can do to keep myself, not brainwashed is to stay off of social media. I haven't been on social media in since 2017. So now we're going on about 9 years. And I ain't coming back. I'll tell you that. I'm not coming back there.
Propaganda team working overtime. It's not coming out of nowhere. This isn't random crap. I mean, I entered Karl Malone, triple-double, age 40.
Whoa.
Everything says
Wait. What about the top? Oldest player. He's no... Damn, man. What, did they just, like... They just took him out of existence.
Nowhere. This isn't random crap. I mean, I entered Karl Malone, triple-double, age 40. Everything says LeBron James breaking history. I typed
Karl
Malone correctly,
yeah,
didn't
you did.
I? Look, it's one thing to like LeBron. It's another thing to erase history.
What the hell, dude? I know. It's so messed up. If you took the name Karl Malone out, I would understand what's going on here. But the fact you put in Karl Malone and they won't give you one hit on Karl Malone, this is sick.
So that you only focus on him.
I talk some major trash on Google right now, but I'm kind of working for him with this because of freaking YouTube. Man, y'all remember YouTube before Google bought him? That was crazy. That was some good times.
We need to talk about this guy's personality and how it was on display on this quote-unquote historic night. This is a self-serving, delusional egomaniac who will sacrifice anyone at his own altar. If your ability to pay rent next month depended on you placing the right bet, and your choices were whether or not LeBron James would face a difficult team or sit out against a difficult team and wait for an easy team, well, your money's going to go on playing the easy team. Maybe you'll tweet something else, but we know where your money will go.
Absolutely.
How about telling the world that you are suffering from an injury on one day and then playing 35 minutes in a blowout the next day? And doing that multiple times in one season. These aren't one-offs. I'm not dwelling on a single incident.
Speaking of crybaby LeBron faces, did you guys see recently in a press conference they were asking him, once again, how much longer do you plan on playing? And LeBron put on his sad crying face and he's like, I just want to live. Can I just live? I just want to live, man. Yeah, like he's acting like he's crying, like he's being attacked or something. Man, people are just asking, when are you going to retire, man? Like, why you got to cry about it? Could I just live? I just want to live.
It's recurring. And this idea that it's perfectly acceptable to sit out one of 2 games when you have a back-to-back is nonsense. You want to sing?
Yeah, you don't. That's the thing, though. If you cared about the team, you'd care about the record against a contender. The Spurs are a contender. You show up to the game against the Spurs and you try to beat them because that's the best thing for the rest of the season. Why did you show up and play against the Dallas Mavericks? That's a game they were going to win without you, LeBron. Easily they were going to win that game without you. So you don't care about the wins. You just care about looking good. And if you would have played against Wemby and the Spurs, you wouldn't have been looking good out there because you're not going to get any of these easy dunks and easy rebounds. Wemby's not going to let you do that. And he's going to block the shit out of you every time you bring it in. If I know it, he knows it. We all know it. So he shows up to the Dallas game and plays that meaningless game against the Mavericks and racks up a triple-double. And that's the headline. But no one's talking about the games he's ducking.
Of somebody and what they're doing at their age while allowing LeBron James to sit out whenever he wants to. How about if you go back in time when players were actually battling on the court, weren't sitting out, weren't skipping out on defense, actually had a difficult defensive assignment, actually played both ends of the floor, actually fought for rebounds. When Malone was 39, his team, the Jazz, played 18 sets of back-to-back games.
I'm going to bet he plays every single one of them.
Malone played both games in those sets the vast majority of the time, while also playing 81 games that season. From ages 35 to 39, Karl Malone missed 5 games total. In the same amount of time, LeBron James has missed 100. Finally, we circle back to the triple-double night and the fact that LeBron James load managed the game before in an important game and decided to play 35 minutes in a game that his team didn't need him at all.
That's why I support your channel, man. Thank you for calling out. Thank you for calling it out. We need more people like you, man.
After exposing himself by getting upset with a teammate who took one of his rebounds, at the end of the game, LeBron James had the nerve to tell the reporter that he wasn't worried about that. The only thing that really mattered was getting the win.
The win, that's the most important, and to be able to do it and get the win, that's what means more to me than anything.
Well, I didn't notice until just now. I'll play it back for you. You notice what the priority went. He said, even though he's lying, he's bad at this. So he says, and to get it and to win. So the win is the bonus. To get it was the goal, and to win is good. Let me hear it again.
The win.
The win, that's the most important, and to be able to do it and get the win that's what means more to me than anything.
LeBron, the team was going to get the win without you.
Yeah, they were going to win this if you would have sat out.
Perhaps by an even larger margin. If winning was in fact your priority, and you do in fact think that you are that good, then you should have played against the team that your team needed you, not 35 minutes in a game where your team did not need you.
And this is why I'm going to tell you guys again, link is down below in the description. Go subscribe to AOH, man. What are you guys doing?
The delusional mindset of someone who is widely regarded as one of the worst stat padders ever, to sit there and say he wasn't interested in the stats and only interested in the win. That's some next level shit.
Bonus time. Anyone who is familiar with the old school NBA probably knows that Karl Malone earned a little bit of a reputation for swinging his elbows. How does that make it different than today? Well, LeBron James does all kinds of dirty things, and the only thing you'll hear from announcers is explaining, oh, well, that's not like him. 23 years of, oh, well, that's not like him. At least in the case of Karl Malone, the announcers said, well, that's Karl and his elbows. You got to watch out for it.
I said earlier, he leads with his elbows. And if you get too close,
why can't both be true? Back then, we used to call out Karl Malone for his elbows, and we used to call that dirty. Why can't we call out LeBron for the same exact thing? This is how we know it exists.
You're going to catch one of those things.
Honestly, in this one particular, by the way, most of the time, Karl Malone is flailing his elbows around like recklessly, like a madman. Barkley used to do it a little bit too. In this particular play, Duncan ran into the elbow, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what Duncan was doing here. I think he got caught between he's going for the fake or he's not, and then his face just went right into Karl Malone's elbow. He didn't swing it. He just held his shot form up. Duncan went right into it. I wonder who they call the foul on.
I'm a little bit torn on this one. I mean, that elbow is kind of lethal, and yet Tim Duncan did, in fact, jump into the pump fake. What do you guys think? They called the foul on Tim Duncan.
Okay, that's it. That's what I would have ruled it too. I'm sorry, Timmy, but that's a foul on your face. You disrupted the shot.
And now just some pure amusement looking at this older footage. Shaq's free throws. My God. Ginobili being thrown to the ground by Shaquille O'Neal. And
good God.
Regardless, he comes right back
He's
in.
a warrior.
In conclusion, I don't love or hate Karl Malone. The only reason I'm making this video is because I realized, wow, the constant promotion of LeBron James's physical achievements don't even measure up to someone who we don't even talk about's physical achievements. What do you guys think? Was this enlightening? Did you enjoy this? What did you learn? What did you not like? It's Angry Old Hoops. Thanks for watching.
Man. I think we're at an hour or something. I didn't think I was going to have so much to say about all this, but here we are. 1 second. Let me clear my throat. Okay. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think I've said it all, and I think this video is probably like an hour long. So probably time to cut it off and simply just give a shout out to AOH. Thank you for paving the way. Thank you for continuing to call out the nonsense. We need more people like you. So that's why I like to put a nice, as much as I can, I like to put a light on some of these videos, especially when you guys are demanding it. Like, AOH is one of those guys that it was his stuff that really. Okay, I'll put it this way. I never believed LeBron was like top 3, top 2, definitely not number 1. But there was a point in my life around like 2016, 17, 18, like right in that era. I'd say about up until 2019 or so, where I was like, I guess he's top 2. He's top 2 or top 3. I was just kind of accepting it because I was still watching a lot of mainstream media back then, and I was being force-fed all this crap, like a lot of people are. It wasn't until I started watching YouTube, basketball on YouTube, and I ran into like AOH, I ran into BTM, I ran into SxADk, Johnny Arnett, all these guys, and like they're not all trashing LeBron, but they would show an honest, an honest lens of what's really going on. And AOH came in totally relentless with it, and it was exactly what I needed to see, because all the things that I've been complaining about with LeBron, the crying, the stat padding, the flopping, the foul baiting, the no defense, the turning the ball over, the holding the ball for 22 seconds of the shot clock and then passing it, the non-clutch factor, all these things I've noticed, and nobody else around me wanted to ever talk about it. They just wanted to talk about how great LeBron was. In came AOH, and he called it all out. And then SxADk as well. They just put it all out there and called it all out. So it was because of these guys that I even have a basketball channel at this point, because I didn't even, I kind of found where I belong when it comes to this whole thing. I stand for the old school, and I stand for the old school because there was honor in it, and there was also honor in the reporting. And I don't see that there's any integrity in modern media, modern reporting for the sport whatsoever. So it turns out it's our job. You know what I mean? It's become our job to do this, and I'm glad to do it, man. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad for channels like AOH paving the way. Absolutely. So with that, I'm going to head out. Y'all know how I feel about LeBron. I don't need to say anything else about his stat padding BS. I'm gonna head out. No After Dark tonight, you guys. This is a long one. I'm gonna get to editing, so I'll see you guys in the comments. Hit that hype button for this one. Hit the hype button. Let's push this one out into the algorithm, and I appreciate you all, guys. Once again, links down below in the description for the AOH video I just reacted to. Like the vid on the way out if you could. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and most importantly is to be water, my friends.